Aye.
Aye. Today's agenda is approved. Next, we need approval of the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
I second them.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. New business. Fire engineer establish recruitment process. Just in time.
Michael, before we move on to that, I didn't hear you call the meeting to order, because.
Oh, I thought I did.
He
Okay.
did, you just didn't hear him.
Yeah.
No, it's not your fault. Because Commissioner Zamora is not here today, we need to remove the old business item. All commissioners have to be present to vote on that.
Old business?
The civil service rules and regulations.
Yep, so we discussed that a few months ago, that it was adding the testing option for police officer and firefighter to the rules instead of having staff come each time and have you approve it. But the rules require that all 5 of you would be here to vote on a rule change.
Okay, so I move to approve the agenda minus the old business.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. You just wanted to screw me up on that, I know. All right, now we
Okay.
are ready for
Well,
fire
good
engineer.
morning.
There
Yes.
you go.
Today I'm actually here to seeking your approval for the fire engineer promotional process. We are looking at a 45-45-10 split. The fire engineer is actually the first promotional rank in the fire department. So we're looking to have the written examination, which will cover reading materials over pumping and aerial apparatus, essentials of firefighting, company officer, building construction, and Davenport streets, be weighted at 45%. All candidates do need to score a 70% or higher on the written exam to move on to the practical assessment. The practical assessment would be weighted at 45%, and that actually covers relevant scenario-driven cases. Candidates, again, would need to score a minimum of 70% to move on to the next process, which would be the interview component, and that would be weighted at 10%. That would also be made up of a cross-sectional panel that would be interviewing all candidates that pass the above 2 components.
What was it before, or is it currently?
So the last testing process, it was the 45-45-10 split.
So we're not changing anything?
We are not changing anything. However, the current rules state that it is a 30-70 split or a 100% for written or for an assessment. So this does deviate from our current civil service rules. So we would need your approval for this process.
And this is purely promotional, which means no outside candidates, right?
You are correct, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we need to
Question?
approve that separately? Okay. Motion to approve the,
I make the motion.
I couldn't think of that, recruitment
That's
process
okay.
as presented. Okay,
I'll
Se-
second it.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Police Officer Winter 2021 recruitment process.
Well, good morning, everyone. In a few moments, you'll be certifying a list for police officer. There's 5 on that list, and all 5 will be receiving employment offers yet today, which will then render me with an exhausted list. So I need to start another process. So we're looking at starting the next application process for Davenport Police Officer on December 1st, leaving it open until January 23rd. We will then commence with the physical ability testing, followed by the written examination component, followed by the background investigation component, followed by the final interview component. So it is exactly the same process that we've run previously. So I'm seeking your approval, and that list would be before you at the March civil service meeting for certification on that particular list.
Could you please remind me on what the educational requirements are for this?
Those were recently changed, I think, 2 meetings ago? The qualifications are now high school diploma and/or GED.
Okay, thanks, I thought so.
Yep.
I've forgotten about how many applicants you've been getting at each
I'll be
opening.
going through that in just a second
Okay,
with
okay.
this current process, you bet.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
skipping the civil service?
I think we have to move to approve this.
Yes, she's correct.
We're skipping that one?
No,
Nope, I would request an approval of the recruitment process for police
Oh,
officer.
yeah, okay.
I move to approve the recruitment process for the police officer hiring
Second.
process.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's approved. Okay, did I understand right then, old business we're skipping? Okay. All right, certification list.
So it's me again. It's like Groundhog Day. Okay, so police officer, of course, an entry-level position in the police department. It's a 3070. The list is ready for certification, and we start our officers out at $60,079. They need to be 21 years of age at the time of list certification. For this particular process, that was November 10th of 2021. High school diploma or GED, must be able to pass the physical ability test, the background and polygraph, and then they have 2 years to become a resident of Scott County or Muscatine County, lying east of the 5th principal meridian. Okay, so this is how it shook out. We had 88 applicants apply for this round. 87 of those applicants were qualified. The one that was disqualified had an OWI. And so those 87 were invited to participate in the physical ability testing. At that particular time, 19 decided to withdraw from the process. 21 did not even schedule their testing process. 12 did not show. And then 15 ended up failing one of the physical ability components. So of that 87, we just lost 67 right there. That was 77% of the total.
Is that typical, if I may?
That is typical. Now this, since we had a larger amount coming in at the front end of this one, it seems a little bit more stark, but we always have those candidates who don't even schedule. So I don't even know why they apply, but that's, you know, it is what it is. Those that schedule, but then they don't show up. And then those that just don't pass, because for whatever reason, they can't pass the run, the sit-ups, or the push-ups. But, so that's not, it's not atypical. It's disappointing, though. It truly is. At that point, 20 candidates passed the physical ability testing and were invited to take the written examination, which is, again, that police officer selection test. It's a state-mandated test. 9 failed the written examination. So then we were down to 11. So 11 candidates were invited to participate in the background and polygraph investigation. 1 withdrew from the process at that particular time. 5 did not pass the background investigation. So 5 passed the background investigation, then went on to the final interview, which we just conducted a couple days ago, and 5 passed the interview. So you have 5 on the list for your approval. I would entertain any questions.
So the I'm just trying to figure out, the post-written exam is which on here? Oh, there it is, the state mandated exam,
Yes,
and the final interview is just truly an interview.
that is correct, yep. Panel interview with command staff.
I'm always amazed how it whittles down like everybody is, but I think fire and police are 2 of the things that are most important to get the very best,
Absolutely, yeah.
the very
yeah.
best people.
It's a very comprehensive, complex, competitive process because the job is very complex and comprehensive and so critical and crucial to the safety of our community. So I think the chief would agree with me. Both chiefs, actually, we only hire the best when it comes to that. So the process gives us those candidates.
I guess they have to become a resident of Scott, which makes sense, county. Why Muscatine and not the other counties around here?
I don't have the answer for how they came up with the 5th principal meridian, or I think it was a distance or time frame. Anyone have historical perspective on that?
It's established by ordinance, so I couldn't tell you when that was implemented, but it's been established by ordinance
For whatever reason.
for whatever reason. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think probably travel time,
okay.
maybe. Okay, any other questions? All right, entertain a motion to approve the certification list.
I make the motion.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, wow. Any other business to come before us? You know, next meeting, we could extend it and have a 1-minute Christmas party. Think about that. Okay, no more business. I would accept a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I make the motion.
Second, okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting is December 8th.